Hi, intrepid viewers. It's happened. Yes, been on the show. And I have you guys to thank. So I'm eternally in your debt. So what fun. It's all going off. Now, today, things are moving in the E.J. Carroll case, the defamation case against the Yeti. We've got Fanny Willis in Georgia doing amazing things. We'll have a look at that too. What else? We've got Katie Porter running for Senate. More on George Santos, as if the world needs it, but yeah, there's more. And yeah, two rioters on January 6th who were filmed smashing windows tried the defence, the sovereign citizen defence, really sovereign citizens of their own, garages, whatever. Anyway, a judge has just smacked that down. And that's good because others are trying to hide behind it. So this is what happens when you get your legal advice on the back of a Cheetos packet. You get dud advice. It's not a defence. And other good news while I'm shuffling, one of Alex Jones' truly awful lawyers, what's his name? Norm Pattis. Because he broke orders from a judge on confidentiality, he's having his license, his law license, suspended for 6 months. And he went back to the judge to grovel because he's supposed to be defending 5 Proud Boys this week. And the judge said, no, 6 months now. So the legal eagles are standing up to these people in pockets. All right, what's our first question? Let's start with the E.J. Carroll case. He's tried to stall, forever. Every possible stalling tactic is exhausted, and the case is going to go ahead, and presumably he'll be, I was going to say requisitioned, that's the wrong word. He'll be deposed, I hope, to appear. But let's have a look. E.J. Carroll, will she win this case against the Yeti? E.J. Carroll. And good on her after all these years, because she has said on more than one occasion, it's not about the money. And she has to mean it because, these court cases consume your life, So the problem for him is she can't be bought off. So E.J. Carroll's case, let's have a look. Oh, I'm glad to see justice there. Oh, I'm liking this. Let's have a look. What is happening with this spread? This is almost exactly what I was just saying. This is not fun for her. It's actually a burden for her. But she feels she's making a bigger point and she's prepared to wear the burden. But the upside of this 10 of Wands is you're coming to the end of this cycle and you can lay down the load. You carry all this up the hill and then you get to put it down. And she gets to put it down because justice is speaking in relation to this case, which is at least taking the case forward. Now, in the past, this is the Yeti and his lawyers in this case. God knows how many lawyers he must have. The King of Pentacles, the greedy king. So I don't think the Yeti spends any time at all thinking about this case. He's just moved on. He doesn't understand why it keeps turning up in his world where someone wants to talk to him about it. He doesn't get it because he's used to ruling his own world. He's used to the power of being the King of Pentacles. And to a certain extent, he doesn't even understand the case. And he always hides behind that hideous thing. Oh, she's not my type. Well, I'm sure you weren't her type either, huh? I'm sure. Right? Duh. So that's him. Now, on top of it, piece by piece by piece, her legal team or her legal representation is making the case very logically and with being able to demonstrate point by point, because the Yeti couldn't keep his fetid little lips closed for a minute. So he went and said all this stuff. So they've got a strong case, and I think she'll prevail with the Emperor. So good luck to you, E.J. Carroll. Now, Katie Porter, who I think is just absolutely amazing. I might put that link up. There's a link where there's 3 or 4 of her golden moments with the whiteboard together. So I'll put it up in the comments because it doesn't hurt to see them again if you've seen it. And if you haven't, you need to see it. She just crushes these titans of industry, and so she just makes them squirm. And in this clip, she's explaining very clearly why inflation, everyone's up in there, oh, the Dems, oh, it's inflation, oh, it's Biden. And she shows it's crystal clear exactly what's driving inflation, which is corporate profiteering, you know. But her gift is she can do that in under a minute. Love her. Anyway, I digress as usual. Katie Porter running for Senate. Is this Dianne Feinstein's seat? Okay. Will Katie Porter become a senator? Will Katie Porter become a senator? Oops. Sorry. Not good shuffling. Katie Porter. Katie Porter. Senate. We'll just do 4 cards on this. Oops. Oh, I have to do 5. I thought there was something wrong with 4. That's the beauty of having your own channel. You can do what you like. And I'll explain why when I get to the 4th card. Okay, it's not smooth sailing. It's not smooth sailing. I thought it would be. She's got the goods. There's no doubt about it. She's a very accomplished woman, and she knows how the game is played. She understands behind the scenes. But she gets the hangman, which is screaming, not yet, not now. Is there someone else the Dems might put over her for that seat or something? There's wheeling and dealing going on here, because it's always horse trading in any party who's getting what, because it's a bit, as I understand it, it's a bit of a plum seat. So, and then loss and disappointment was the 4th card. So I'm not ruling out they might put someone else in that seat. So I had to pull an extra card to fully answer the question, will she become a senator? And I think, yes, she will, and people will celebrate. But I don't know that she's going to get this seat. So in the comments, if you know more than I do, please let me know what's the backstory to Katie Porter and that seat in the Senate. Right. So to sum that up, I don't think she's going to get it first crack. We'll see. But she'll get there in the end, so we can all relax. Okay, so I talked about elections. Now, another thing that's happened, There's a district in Georgia and it has Effingham County High School. And a black kid was kicked out of a sporting event for wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, while other white students were sitting there in t-shirts with Confederate insignia on it. That was okay by this esteemed organisation. No. So African-American students at this high school are actually making a legal case because this is not an isolated incident, and it never is, right? So let's have a look at this case, the Effingham County High School. What will happen with this court case? Effingham High School. Effingham High School. Now, tower, but whose tower? Strength. Oh. I'm actually liking this. When I first saw the tower, I thought, oh, maybe their case will crumble, but immediately it became obvious, no, this is going to be a tower for this school, and the fallout, as the tower drops to the ground, there's fallout, and I think this could have positive repercussions for other schools who are doing exactly the same thing or a variation of that thing, right? So it's big, much bigger than I thought. 4 cards, 3 major arcana. So this isn't just a little story about Effingham, not called Effingham for nothing, really. Okay, so tower. Strength of the student body and their parents and their supporters. And they're going to need it because these things always rile up the uglies, right? They're going to need this strength, but they've got it. I think they're going to be offered a deal and they're not impressed by that deal, whether that's some sort of concession. They're going to be offered a concession, but is it enough? I would hope not. But there we go. It's their call. It's their lives. You know, not for me to say sitting comfortably in a lounge room in Australia, but they're not keen. The outcome card, the world. And this is reinforcing that this is a bigger issue. This is also my card of diversity and tolerance. So we've got so used to the far right attacking every group it possibly can and trying to introduce laws everywhere to make it easier for white people to be racist. This is going to have a bigger impact. I really wish them well with that. So let us hope. And I hope they've got great lawyers. So it sounds like something the Southern Poverty Law Centre might get hold of or something like that. It's going to have bigger tributaries and tendrils out there. Now, before we get to Fanny Willis, George Santos. So no one's speaking to George. And I just read quickly this morning before I came on, so I haven't digested the article properly. But Nassau County, is that the county that he allegedly represents? I gather that. Nassau County officials, the rumour is they're going to ask George Santos to resign. Now, there's sort of 2 questions. Will they ask him or will they back off? Because they're all gutless. Or will he refuse to go in the Trumpian tradition? You know, every 2 weeks he gets a paycheck or whatever. He's going, count the money, honey, and doesn't care. I don't know. He's so vile. And he's so slippery. You can't possibly get a handle on the man. So what's my question? Will George Santos be forced to resign? Will he be forced to resign? Will he be forced to resign or not? What's going to happen with George? Look, not mad about this, you have to say. Holding on to the money. This is his life. As a congressperson, he can now afford a nice lifestyle for him and his husband. Be interesting if he's ever told the husband the truth about anything, or maybe he doesn't care either. But the lifestyle is seductive to him. King of Pentacles, he just wants the money. He doesn't care about anything else. And he's quite ruthless in that. So I'm going to say no. No, he's not going to resign. Anyway, he will be their ball and chain. That's all I can say. Now, let's have a look. Fanny Willis has now wound up the big sprawling stage of the investigation into election tampering. We all heard the phone call. Just get me another 11,740 votes. Who was he talking to? I think it was the Secretary of State, Raffensperger or something. She's done all that. The grand jury have heard 8 months of testimony. And remember that all the ones who fought it, like Lindsey Graham and stuff, and then had to testify. So let's look at the Fanny Willis case against the Getty and others. Let's have a look. She keeps coming out and saying, no one is above the law, no one is above the law. So I hope that's the case. Fanny Willis case in Georgia. Oh, judgment. Oh, temperance. Oh, death card. Oh my God. Loving this. So the Yeti and his truly corrupt henchmen, plural, henchwomen, hench people, his lackeys, who polish his boots with their tongues, are all coming up for judgment. Right? Not there yet. A bit of wheeling and dealing still in the works. But the gorgeous temperance card over the judgment card, which is all, this is very important here. She, Fanny Willis, just keeps this even calm. She's not out there banging, banging drums. She's scary for them because she's so calm and just keeps returning to the law. Exit stage left. I'm loving that for the Yeti. And I saw somewhere she's still considering which charges to bring, but one of them that's on the table is racketeering. And I've always had a feeling in the back of my mind, racketeering, because really, it's so absolutely the case. All right then, my beloveds, have to run. A couple of things. I'm taking readings for February. Now, if you get in touch with me, you email me. The email's under every video, and I will send you the notes that explain how all the readings work and stuff. And I so love doing these. So if you want a general reading or a past life reading, get in touch. Okay. And I'll get back to you. In the meantime, stay fabulous. Love you.